welcome. This is episode 44 of the Fiber by Design podcast. I am Lydia. You can find me as Lydia B on Ravelry, and you can find me as Lydia Knits on Instagram and Periscope.
And I am Sarah Stevens. You can find me as Sarah Stevens on Ravelry and Sarah Stevens 11 on Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope when I actually get around to doing that again.
Yes, which we both plan on doing.
That is one of my New Year's resolutions, by the way. I'm just going to throw it out there because maybe this will hold me accountable.
Yes.
Maybe.
And this is a fiber and knitting related podcast that chronicles our fiber-filled lives.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess jumping right in. You should go first.
I should go first.
Because yours has a fun story behind it.
It does have a fun story. Okay, so today I have to take it off so you can see the size of this shawl. I am wearing the Simple Line shawl by Manel. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I don't know if you guys can see the mass that this shawl is. It is way larger than my wingspan. It is supposed to use 1.5 skeins of fingering weight yarn. And it is supposed to be knit on a US 5 needle. I knit this shawl probably 3, 4, shoot, it's been longer than that. 5 years ago? 6 years ago? Yeah, I think it's been about 5 years. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while because we did it for the 12 shawls.
Yep, 12 shawls. Yeah, 12 in 2012, wasn't it?
I think so.
Anyways.
It was a long time.
It was a long time. And this shawl is not supposed to be this big. I don't know exactly what happened, but as I was knitting it, it was the same size as everybody else's. And when I blocked it, it became huge. In fact, so big that I seamed it and made it a poncho for a really long time and wore it as a poncho. I knit this shawl out of 3 Irish Girls Adorn. This is the Glimpse colorway, I believe.
Yeah.
No, it is not the Glimpse colorway, but it is one of the pregnancy loss colorways that they did. It's the second year that they started doing them. The Glimpse was that beautiful gray with the pops of the lime green. Remember? Mm-hmm. This is not that. This is the next one, and I don't remember the name of it. And then the blue that I used was a coordinating blue that came with it.
Yeah.
That you could choose to ask for if you wanted coordinating semi-solids. And of course I did. So, I love this shawl. I really do. I recently just ripped out the seaming and turned it from a poncho to a shawl, which is kind of like having a new piece into my wardrobe now, because now it's worn differently. So,
I should bring mine because I made one as well, and that way you guys can see the comparison.
You can see the difference. Yeah.
Size.
That's what we should do.
Because we got a good laugh out of how big
Mine is so large that it literally stretched beyond my couch.
Mm-hmm.
If that gives you any inkling of how huge.
Yeah.
It is.
It's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
I am actually wearing a shawl that I did not knit. It was knit for me. But this is the Enamored shawl by Laura Aylor. And it was given to me a couple years ago. It's our yarn. The variegated is a skein of yarn called From Moon to Mars, and it was in our tribute to 2012 collection. Mm-hmm. We did that, and it's supposed to represent the rover making it to Mars, and then to remember Neil Armstrong walking on the moon. And I love this shawl. It's very much me with the burnt orange and gray, and I have started wearing it more. It's become a shawl that I wear more often. And the reason I decided to wear it was because we're bringing this colorway back, and I wanted you guys to be able to see it.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
I'm so excited about this
Me
colorway
too.
coming back. I wanted this colorway when we first.
Me too, which is why it's kind of special to me, because I wanted it, and at that time Sarah and I weren't keeping any of our yarn.
No.
And the lady that knit it for me knew that I really liked it, and so she bought it and knit this for me and gave it to me kind of in remembrance of my mom, because she titled it A Mother Loves You from the Moon to Mars and Back, because it was right after my mom had passed away. So it was a very sweet gift.
And I love the beads.
I do too.
Beads
Yeah.
work perfectly.
And they matched perfectly in there. And then I don't remember, I believe that the contrast color was one that she got from Paradise Fibers, and I think it's called Blood Orange. But I don't remember who it's by. Maybe Cascade.
But it matches perfectly.
Yeah, it matches perfectly, yeah. So, I'm very, very thankful for that. And then, I don't know if you guys can see them, but on my feet, again, Sally's Tower Slippers, because I am obsessed
Another
with them.
pair.
Yep. This is actually the very first pair I knit, and this is out of the Valentine colorway.
I'm wearing socks too. I'm wearing my Patton's Croy. My Patton's Croy socks.
The
These
striped
are
ones?
these are Vanessa's Patton's Croy socks. Yeah. FOs.
Yeah.
FOs. I have one. I have two FOs.
I have two as well.
Yay, you go first.
Okay. So the first one I have is one that I'm extremely happy to have done. I don't have it blocked or the ends woven in yet, but yesterday I was going to cast onto a shawl that I wanted to do, and I will show you guys the yarn for it in a little bit. But I decided that rather than starting a new one, I should finish one that I'd had on the needles forever. And I cast this on in April. So I finally finished, and it will get much bigger, but I finished the TGV, which is, the name of the pattern is, the full name is TGV High Speed Knitting, and it's by Susan Ashcroft, and I love it. I knit this out of our Jasmine on My Mind colorway, which was a club colorway when we very first started doing clubs.
Yep. I love.
And I have a feeling this colorway will have to come back at some point as well. But
Yeah, me too.
I'm very
I loved
happy with
this
the way it
colorway.
turned out. And I used all but, I have just barely enough yarn left to do a square on my blanket.
Yes.
So,
I love that shawl pattern. So one year, when we made it for Camp Loopy, I made two of them.
that's right, you did.
And so I bought a variegated and a semi-solid, and I made them for Mother's Day. So I gave one to my mom, and I gave one to my mother-in-law. And they were both the reverse of each other. And it's a fast pattern.
It's
a
very
fun, fast pattern.
The one I made that year, I made out of the Crazy Zobber Ball that is the purple.
Yes!
It started out, did it start out orange or did it start out purple? I don't remember, but it was like orange and red and pink and purple in it.
Yeah.
It did these beautiful stripes, and I ended up giving it to my sister-in-law for Christmas that year. So,
I love Zobber balls. I have a Zobber ball somewhere.
I do too. I have a purple and black one that somebody gifted me and I haven't used yet.
I have a blue one, and I started knitting with it, but I quit. I wanted to make socks, of course,
Yeah.
and I had quit, and now I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere. I lose things a lot. I lose my knitting a lot. Does anybody else have that problem? They have too many
Yes.
whips.
Recently, I always used to make fun of Sarah because I'm like, how did you lose a project? Lately, I can't find anything. I'm not kidding. I was in my office the other day going, okay, I know I have this. I know it's still got needles with it. I know it's in a project bag, but it's not in my basket with all of my current projects. So
Yeah.
where did it go? I can't find anything. My office is such a disaster right now, though, so that could be part of it.
For the first time ever, my office is somewhat organized.
Yes!
It's happening.
It's exciting.
There's hope. It is so exciting.
I'm very excited for mine too. We're actually in the process of trying to remodel our garage so that can be my office instead of having it in the house.
Ah, I love that idea.
Me too.
You guys are actually in my office right now. And I have moved my cases, and I've moved all my yarn, and I have all my yarn and all my business yarn and everything in one spot. So it's all behind us. Yep. And it all goes down to the floor. Not on Lydia's side. I had to leave some shelving available for other businessy things, not just yarn.
Are there other businessy things?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Shipping stuff.
Shipping stuff. I had to have a spot for it, and my printer and things like that. So,
yeah, and all the little extra goodies.
Exactly. Anyways, so okay, my first FO, I got my husband's hat done. Oops! As I throw things on the ground, I'm throwing things at you now. I got my husband's hat done.
I like it.
And it's blocked. And I used a new to me wool wash to block this. It's Allure, and I used the Woodland Mist. I'm really enjoying this, and I'll talk more about this a little bit later. But it softened up the yarn really nicely. I love it. I knit this out of Madeline Tosh. It smells really good. Madeline Tosh Vintage. I believe I knit this guy on a size US size 3 needle is what I was talking about because I was getting gauge and I was just a loose knitter for this project. I cast it on the recommended stitches. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and there was a huge obsession last year about it because of Dan from the Bakery Bears podcast. But I knit this for my husband, and I made it a little short because he likes them beanie style. And I think it turned out really cute. I might steal it from him.
So the $1 million question is, did he like it?
Okay, so the fit is good, but it has, he wants it more solid. So once again, currently I'm vowing not to knit another one for a little while. Y'all can hold me to it. Guarantee next December.
Such a stinker.
I will show you another hat.
Eventually you're going to get the perfect one,
Here's
right?
what I think I need to do. I need to just go and use Cascade. And I think I will then solve all of my problems because I keep wanting to use really nice, high quality, hand-painted, hand-dyed yarn. And it has too much color for him. Too much color variation. So I think I just need to use some big box yarn, like Cascade or something, which is equally an amazing yarn. Mm-hmm. But the color is more consistent. It's more of a solid than a semi-solid. There's no depth to it, most of it. So I think that's just going to have to be the route that I take. But I'm really happy with it, and I will most likely steal it from him at some point.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that one's my first one. I'm super happy about it, though.
Yes. My second one, you guys have already seen if you follow me on Instagram, but I just wanted to show that I did, in fact, finish the third E. St. Nicholas hat that Sarah designed. And I couldn't be happier with the hats. The kids were very excited. They loved wearing them. Getting them to sit still, however, for the picture was like trying to dress a rattlesnake. It was insane. But they did, and we finally did get a cute picture. So
Like
hopefully every year will be easier than this one. Well, and my husband had a point because they had just opened all their stuff. This was the very last present they opened.
Yeah.
They had just opened everything. They're excited. They want to play with their stuff. My son is already hyped up because I think he had eaten... So we have a tradition. My mom used to always give me chocolate oranges in my stocking. And so I have now started giving them to my kids, and my husband always gets one for me. Well, I think Noah had eaten almost his entire orange. And he had stolen Christmas cookies that morning. So he was just wired and ready to go. And, of course, very excited for his toys. So trying to get them to sit still was not good on my part. But whatever. But I finished it, and I love it, and they look really cute. This one was Emma's, and she was really happy with hers. They all really liked their hats, and the ones that I decided for each one of them. So I'm very happy that it's done. And I will, my goal is to finish ones for my husband and I for next year.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too.
I keep thinking about it, and I was like, I initially had said navy and plum, but it would be really fun to do like a gray and a navy.
I was thinking about that because my husband's
Or
favorite
gray
color is
natural.
blue. So I will probably do something blue for him.
See, that's what I was thinking.
And I'm a gray person.
Right.
So
I was like, that would be...
I would probably do gray.
And
for
gray would
myself.
work better than... Gray would work better than the plum because it would go with the colors a little bit better. But
Yes.
the plum could be kind of fun because it would be weird.
Yeah.
You know?
It would be.
It would
But it would be
make
fun.
it a little more wild.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yes.
I have stuff for this.
Me too, you guys. Lots of stuff.
You have more stuff than me.
I know, which we were laughing because that never happens.
It never
I'm
happens.
never the sock person, and apparently I've created a new hashtag for myself, and it's since when do I knit socks?
I love it.
Because holy cow.
Okay, guys. So, if you guys remember right, I wanted to get these socks done to wear for Christmas because I had a new pair that I wanted to cast on for Christmas Eve and be able to knit along with everybody and the little bobbins knits and everything. And obviously that did not happen. But, I'm housing this project in my Suburban Stitchers little sock bag. I think that's my favorite side. I kind of like the snowman better. Anyways, this is from Suburban Stitcher. Her and Stacy of Mustache Yarns and Vanessa of Vintage Rose put together a kit back in October or November? No, October?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't
actually.
remember, honestly. But anyways, they sold out super fast.
Almost instantly.
I think they said within the first 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my kit bag, I'm housing my socks. So I have one done. I went ahead and put in a red afterthought heel.
I like it.
And a red cuff from some 3-ply Ultra that I found in my stash. And for the second sock, I'm almost done with the cuff. I've been working on it for 3 days now. I don't like doing ribbing. I think I'm just done. I want to knit on something else, and so it's hard for me to push through. So I have my lifeline. All that's left is my heel. I'm a little perturbed with me because I placed my lifeline off center. Like here, I made sure that it was directly in the middle of the two, and this one, I placed it one row too soon.
Bummer.
So it's probably not annoying to anybody else but me. And if I would just bite the bullet and cut my heels in, like a traditional afterthought heel, then this wouldn't even be a problem. Like, I wouldn't have a lifeline to have to place. You just pick the row and like, okay, we're gonna cut them in here. But I am so nervous to do it. I'm so nervous to do it on, especially like an MCN. It's so silly. I need to just do it. I do. I just need to do it. I think I'd be happier camper
Ugh.
if I just went ahead and did it.
The whole idea of cutting that to me is just terrifying. So
Ugh. Yeah. So I'm knitting these guys. This yarn is Stacy from Mustache Yarn. It is Gumdrop Wonderland colorway. It has 6 double wide stripes. It's an 80-10-10, 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon, 400 yards. And it's fingering weight. This is the Dapper self-striping. Is that base? And I'm knitting these guys on my US Zeros. I believe that's a 2.25 millimeter knitting needle. My 32-inch cables, the ones I don't like as much, for socks. And I'm really, these are going to be done the next time that we podcast. I need them to be done. So, I do want to wear them, but I mostly just need them to be done. So that's my first one. and you have a lot more, right?
I
'Cause
do.
I only have one more.
Do you just want to do it then?
Sure.
Okay.
So in my
I
other
love that
other Suburban Stitcher bag, this is the Halloween one.
I love that bag.
I am so in love with this bag. The spider webs look very electric.
They do.
It's so awesome. It just has a white lining. I am finally knitting on my Knitted Wit socks. Not very far. I just have a toe. And I'm using my Stitch Progress Keeper from Vintage Rose that came in the kit. And the other socks. This is the Witch's Brew colorway. And I am just absolutely in love with it. This is an amazingly round fingering weight yarn. I think it's a 4-ply. It is. It's a 4-ply. It's a very heavy fingering weight. So for me, I'm knitting these on my US size 1s. These needles are my Addy Turbo laces, and I need to get a new pair of needles because if you watched some episodes before, I can't handle the metallic smell that is coming off of them. But they're getting the job done. I love the fabric that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
These are going to be super fun. I wanted to get these done back in October because these were the ones that I had decided I was going to knit in October. And then too many things happened. So
I have my October socks to show too.
these are technically my Christmas Eve socks.
I like them.
I like them too. So they're good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 hose. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. So, I finished my first Patton's Croy sock, and I love it. This is the pink and blue one, so this is the one that's called the Cameo Colors. And so I knit mine on US size 2, and I just did our, regular heel that we like. And then I did do ribbing all the way up. And I decided not to do the ribbing with the other color because this was an entire ball. And so I knew if I was going to take any from this one or from the green one that they wouldn't be the height that I wanted them. So I know that sounds funny, but
No, that totally
I
makes
chose
sense.
not to. So I didn't do that, but I love it.
I do too.
Absolutely love it. I may have to go back and get another skein of this one so I can have 2 of these. I still want to have the green one, but I might need to have 2 of these.
I think you do.
So,
And where did you get that from?
Jackie, my cousin, gave this to me. It was in one of my swaps that I got this summer, and I believe she got it from Joann's.
I like it.
So I'm gonna get
We
you-
should go on a Patton's.
We should.
I want some Arnie and Carlos so badly, it's not even funny. I went into Paradise Fibers last week, and it took everything in me to not buy a few skeins. Because, I
want
need
them
more
too.
yarn right now, but I need.
It needs you to
I
bring
know.
it home. It needs a nice
so badly,
home, right?
Right, I know, so badly. Ugh.
And then I took
Love it.
my socks out of the bag that I had them in, and they are now in my brand new Suburban Stitcher bag, which is my dogs and sweaters.
I am in love with this
Me
bag.
too. And I love the turquoise polka dots that are on the inside.
Love this bag. I have one
I love it too.
drawstring bag from Suburban Stitcher.
Me too.
And
Well, I
it's
have
the
2
Mardi
now.
Gras.
Yes, I have 2 now.
And I want another one.
And so originally I had said that I wanted to knit the socks at the same time, so I was going to do the foot on one, and then I fell in love so much with the pink one that I had to just keep going. So I did. So I still only have a little bit past the toe on the green one, but I will definitely keep going because I'm liking the way it's knitting up as well. And I may have to go back and get
A
another
second
green
one of that one
because
too.
Joel really does like this one. So
I figured he would.
So I can still wear them as mismatched socks, but I might have to knit the other ones.
I think you
so that
just
he can
need
have a
to.
green one and I can have the pink one.
Once again, so we can go shopping.
Right, yes. And then in my cute little Happy Freezing Season muslin bag, I have my gumdrop socks. And I did cast these on Christmas Eve to do for the little Bobbins Knits. And I have made it through one of the color repeats.
Yay!
So that's where I'm at. And I'm knitting them on my US size 2. And Sarah and I have tried to figure out, we don't honestly know what needles these are. They were a pair of sock needles that were Sarah's, and she gave them to me a long time ago, and
I have no idea.
we've no idea. So I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
And these are usually the needles I use for my blanket, but I needed more needles for socks. So,
And I don't use size 2s.
this is true.
Forever.
These are probably going to be for my daughter Emma. Originally I had decided to make them for myself, but she saw them and kind of fell in love with them. So I think they will end up being for her. So I need to do, if I'm making them for her, then they'll have to be the same size as what Sarah does. So I'll need to get through the pink and the brown. I know. The pink and the brown, and then half of the blue before I can put in my lifeline. And this will be my very first time ever doing a lifeline for an afterthought heel.
Oh, I'm excited for you.
I'm terrified. So we will see. And I'm really liking the yarn. It's extremely soft. It felt even more soft after knitting with the Patons Croix.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. I like the way it's knitting up. So that makes me happy.
Stacy does such an awesome job.
She does. Her
Dying.
yarn is
I don't know.
beautiful.
It's awesome.
My second hoe is in my... Sorry guys, my shawl keeps falling off.
I forgot.
I know. My shawl is having issues at the moment. Pardon me for a second. This is my Silver Shed blue llama bag, and I stinking love this bag. It makes me think of the Emperor's New Groove.
Mm-hmm.
It just does. I love this bag.
I want a blue bag.
And so on Instagram, I think in September, Sarah and I posted pictures. Did you post a picture? We talked about it. I don't know if you posted a picture. I posted a picture. We had selected 3 skeins, one for October, one for November, and one for December, for projects that we were just going to have be just for fun, just for us.
Yeah.
And I picked out 3, and I cast on to my October one in October to make a pair of Sally's Tower Slippers out of the Bewitched colorway, which is from us on our glitter. And I love it.
I love that we're both knitting our Halloween
Yeah, I
socks
know.
at the same time.
Yeah, in January. But I finished one. I finished my first one. I did that yesterday.
Very nice.
So, or the day before, excuse me, on Wednesday. So it's all done. And I do, so I do the large width. So I do the large size for the width, but I only go to the length for the medium.
Yeah.
For me. Because my feet are wide, but they're not very long. But I'm really happy with the way it knit up. I think it striped really cool.
I'm wondering what the second one's going to stripe like.
Right?
I'm really
we'll
curious
hope.
because this is perfect striping.
I know. We will hope that it works out, because as you all know, I have very weird sock happenings. Although it didn't do it on these.
No.
They're pretty even.
They're
One's
really-
a little more red than the others. This one has a little bit more of
Yeah.
the peach. But I always have one sock that it's like goes rogue. What happened to that? So I haven't cast onto the toe of this one yet because I
One
wanted
sock
to
that
finish
goes
my.
rogue.
It does.
I love it.
So I want to finish my Patons Croix ones first before I do that. And last but not least, in my absolutely beautiful Freckled Whimsy butterfly bag,
So spring, summery.
it is.
I love it.
I cast this pair of socks on in January of last year. It's been a year. And I have one entire sock done, you guys.
That you finished pretty quickly, actually.
Because I love it. So this is the Victoria and the White Cat colorway from Sarah and I. It was from our Met collection, and it's dyed after Victoria the White Cat from the musical Cats. But this is the Cafe Vanilla Latte with a twist pattern by Sarah. And when I showed this a year ago on the podcast, I had made the comment that every once in a while you find a sock pattern that is meant to be knit with a colorway.
Yeah.
To me, this is it. This colorway and this pattern are like soulmates.
Yeah.
I love it. And I wanted to wear them so badly.
Soulmate.
Yeah. But That's funny. Pun not intended.
Sorry.
I wanted to wear them so badly that I didn't make them tall socks. I was like, just get them off the needles, want to wear them, they're beautiful. Right. So I did a shorty. Never even cast on the second one, ever. It just didn't happen. Went completely off of my radar. So I got cast on, y'all. It's on the needles. I'm getting it done this month. This month it's happening. And I have cast on and done the first repeat.
So I went back and watched some previous podcasts. Because here's the thing. Yeah. Come Christmas break, we all take a break. And then you get bored because you have watched all of the podcasts and you need something else to do. So then what do? You're like, well, what did we look like a year ago? Let's check it out.
What did we say we were going to do?
So last year we had pulled out 20 skeins of yarn that we were going to knit this year. Okay. I think I knit 3 or 4.
Is it?
Yeah. One of her 5 was that skein.
That one. It was this one for January. My second one is the one that's on my feet. So I did finish one of them.
I am not making that resolution this year.
Truthfully and honestly, I have 3 knitting resolutions. I want to finish the whips that I haven't ripped out this entire year. And I have a lot of them, so I want to do that. And I want to keep a knitting journal. And I want to be more intentional about what I make. Which we've talked about before.
Yep. Those are kind of mine as well. I do have one more on there. And I do want to knit. I want to cast on to a pair of socks on the 1st of every month. At first I was thinking I just wanted to be Ohloops socks. But I just want to be mindful to cast one pair on. Just for me, like, that's just my thing. Mm-hmm. So, but then the rest of them are really the same. I want to start a knitting journal.
Yeah. I don't know what my one project a month is going to be, but we've talked about that, and I'm going to do that too. I just haven't determined what that's going to be.
I'm counting these as my January. I'm counting my other ones as those were my December ones, and these are my January socks. So I just want to complete these in January.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah.
And real quick before we move on, in my Freckle Whimsy bag is my present from my husband. He bought me a sock ruler, and I love it. If you guys don't have one, you should get one. And you can get them, this is called the sock ruler, and you can get it at sockruler.com.
Yeah.
And they are awesome.
I don't think that she retails to very many places.
No.
I know that there's a few. I know that there's a few, but it is probably, like, my favorite thing I own to measure my socks. I don't use a regular tape measure anymore when I measure my socks because it's so simple to just stick that guy in there and measure it. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I realized is that I have to be, okay, so my tall freckled whimsy bags are my best sock bags when I'm starting my socks for that purpose because it fits the sock ruler perfectly to slide in to the tall sock nannies. Mm-hmm. After I get through the part where I actually have to measure it, then I can switch it over to whatever bag I want. But up until then.
Yeah. Yeah, they are better in the taller bags.
Yeah.
For sure.
Amazing.
Yes. But that's all my socks. That's a lot of socks.
That's a lot of socks.
That's a lot for me.
Okay, but hold up. You said you have like 7.
Mm-hmm. Because I have socks.
Do you have missing ones that aren't here?
Yes, that aren't here.
Okay.
Because I'm designing a sock for my husband. That's at home that I didn't bring.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, there's another one.
Because I was counting.
Mm-hmm.
You're missing socks.
Yeah, there's more at home. Believe it or not, you guys, when I counted the other day, so they weren't pairs, but I had 7 socks on needles. Which for me is insane because I'm not a sock person. So I'm like, how is it that I have this many socks?
I don't know. What's your hashtag again?
Since when do I knit socks?
I love that hashtag. It's very funny.
Well, and it's the truth, because I don't dislike socks. It's just they are not I want to knit all the socks. Like, that's not, it's not me.
Oh, and I'm a need to knit all the socks kind of person. Love it.
Which is why I was laughing that I was going to have more socks than you, because that never
happens. I
Ever.
only have, okay, well, I mean, I have an unfinished green pair. I have an unfinished trunkless elephant pair. I have a design pair. I have my mustache socks, and then I now have these guys.
So we have
about the same amount, but it's just funny coming from you. Yeah. I love it.
Yes. I don't have anything cast on.
I see something. I cannot wait for acquisitions because I need to hold that in your.
Yes.
Rick. Okay. Look away, Sarah. Look away.
I don't have anything cast on, but I have decided that my very first knitting bucket list thing is going to be my Lucy hat. So
I like it.
I have to get yarn for that, because I am going to knit that, or at least get cast onto it this month.
So I have decided I'm going to cast onto my bulky weight sweater that's in my, and I dyed this a while ago. I dyed it up actually lighter than this, but I wanted something darker because I think I would wear it more if it was darker.
Yeah.
I needed it to be more of a, neutral's not the right word, but that's kind of what I was going for.
It needed to be a warmer tone.
Yeah, and so this...
It was more fall, cool tone, which didn't really make as much sense on the bulky.
Yeah. So this is it. It has a lot of depth. It's some blacks and some greens. I'm super excited about it. So, but I have rules. You would assume that I would cast this on January 1st. Like, I love the pops. That's not what I'm going to do. My rules for this are I have to finish my calendar shawl, my advent calendar shawl first. So next week I'm hoping that that will be done, so that way you guys can see this. This is my first cast on for my bucket list.
Very cool.
I know. I'm really excited by it.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to play with mine too, my yellow one. I still have to pick out a pattern though. I cannot decide on a pattern.
Well,
so.
If you can't, then I would gladly use that yellow yarn. I love that yellow yarn.
Oh, okay. I want to use it. I just can't decide what I want to make. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. But.
Love it.
Design Studio.
Design Studio. I've been designing things. I have. I've been a little quiet about it, but I have been designing things. And this pattern, by the time that you guys see this, is going to be released because we're going to go take pictures. The pattern itself is already written up. I've already put it in preview mode on Ravelry last week. And I've already gone through the numbers. It's been tech edited. So truly and honestly, it just needs pictures. And oh my gosh, I'm in love with it.
Me too.
See it? I'm in love with it. It has very subtle detailing. It has a new to me stitch technique for the lace, which was really fun. Really, really fun. And I had to make sure that I explained that in the directions really well. So I also have a YouTube video linked in there. So if you're confused by my directions, you can see how it works. This pattern is called 74. And I got, the last time that we were talking, I don't know, we were at your house podcasting, and I had told you all I was designing the carousel socks, and we had talked about running with that theme, and it got me thinking of Expo 74, the World's Fair here in Spokane, Washington, and it was really fun because I started doing some research on that, and like my dad worked at one of the booths there for a few months, and so I learned from him what it was like there, really meant to be there. And I got to learn a little bit about it and how unique Expo 74 was compared to the rest of the World's Fairs, and how, Spokane was the smallest city to host a World's Fair, which is really cool. And we remodeled our entire downtown Spokane to work Expo 74 into there. So one of the things that we got was a giant pavilion. And it no longer has the tent piece of it anymore. When it finally started to deteriorate after a few years, they actually sold those pieces off, which was kind of interesting. But we still have the structure, the base structure of it. And so when I was designing this shawl, I designed these details to look exactly like through the body of the shawl, like the pavilion. And it does incorporate some fun short row shaping, because you'll notice like through some other sections it doesn't have that detail anymore, and that is supposed to represent the river, because the little Spokane River flows down there with the gondolas and everything. And then this fun detail for me, the lace border, was supposed to represent Spokane, and we're known as the Lilac City. So all the flowers in the Lilac City, and when you're downtown Spokane in Riverfront Park, which is now the pavilion's like right at the middle of it, it's very central to that. So it's full of flowers, and it all kind of works for me. So anyways, that is the idea behind my shawl. I'm in love with it.
Me too. I can't wait to knit it.
I think for me this is probably one of my favorite ones that I've done. So yeah, I like it a lot. So that's design number 1.
Yay!
I love it. So, it uses 2.5 skeins of DK weight yarn. I say 2.5 skeins. I used Madeline Tosh DK, and those are 215 yards each, right? No, 225 yards? 225 yards. And I used 2.5. So, you'll need 3. The last thing that I've been working on, I'm going to hold it kind of far away. In the Corbett's Green colorway. That's the colorway that I used for this. Corbett's Green. Anyways. I'm working on a hat. And
I like it.
It's kind of fun. I would totally model it for you, but I can't, I guess. I'm almost ready to start decreasing. If I pull it down any farther, all the stitches are going to come off my needles. I'm knitting this on 3 Irish Girls Adorn. No, 3 Irish Girls Springvale Sock. On an I don't know colorway.
I don't know what that was.
This was another one of those Carpe Yarnums. But it needed to be knit with. I've had it in my stash for a long time, and it looks like it's little flowers.
It's beautiful.
Like a field of flowers.
It's beautiful.
So I'm not going to hold it up very close, because I'm still working on it. But that one's, hopefully this is going to be heading out in February.
I'm very excited for your collection.
Me too.
Because I, of course, have seen all of the patterns, and they're all awesome.
I love it. I'm super excited.
I love them. This one is going on my needles very soon. I have
can't
yarn
wait.
for it.
You have yarn for it?
Well, I will.
Oh, yeah, you will. Never mind. I lied. I was like, wait a minute. Did something happen?
No.
I was thinking, because you
No.
were wanting to do plucky knitter at
I'm
first.
going to actually knit it twice, because I would love to knit it out of, I think I've decided I want to knit it out of the Sticky Toffee colorway
Yes.
from Plucky Knitter.
Oh, yes.
But I just can't get that at the moment. So
No,
I will be
but
knitting it
soon.
for out of something else to start.
So, Diane from Suburban Stitcher Podcast is hosting a knit along.
She is.
And if you guys had been listening to her podcast recently, or to our last podcast, possibly last 2, I think just the last one.
Just the last one.
You would know that we decided that we wanted to be one of the dyers for the Rainbow Along that she's hosting come February. So we dyed up some yarn. So if you guys are interested in playing along, you just have to be a member of Diane's group. You have to finish a project that is rainbow by the end of February. So that means that you can start now if you like. Whips count. You just have to finish it by then and have to be a member of the group. And it has to be rainbow yarn. Or it has to be one of the specified yarns from the 3 different dyers that are dyeing yarn. So we all have specific colorways that we're dyeing. And they're all very unique and different. And so as long as it's one of those 4 different colorways, because we have 2 colorways, one of those 4 different colorways, or rainbow yarn, or rainbow roving that you have spun up and want to knit with,
Yes.
then you're good to go.
You are.
So I really wanted to show the 2 different colorways that we have going on. This one is Stormy Skies. This is the only one that's not rainbow-esque. And in fact, we're the only dyer that's doing one option that's not. But this one counts. So Stormy Skies is this beautiful blues and purples. I love it.
And see, to me, I would still say that there is an aspect of the rainbow to it, because underneath there is the greens and the pinks and
the reds.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
And there's purple and there's blue.
you can still see that.
There's just no yellow or orange or anything, but yep, it's underneath. Yep. And then the other one is After the Storm, and this one, I'm really hoping that on camera this is coming up. The watercolor sky blues and natural with the speckles of all the different rainbow. I'm really hoping that that's coming through.
I'm excited to cast one. I still don't know what I'm going to make. I think I'm going to make a shawl out of mine, but I don't know for sure.
I'm going to make a shawl. And I had told you that I really wish that I wanted another sunbeam shawl.
I was just thinking that in my head. I'm like, hey, it would be a sunbeam, because we've been talking about wanting to make another one.
So I think for me that's what it's going to be. But I would be okay with you doing it too, because then we could totally be twinsies.
We should do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll cast on. We should cast on now, otherwise we're not going to get it done.
This is true. This is very true. So cool. That is the biggest thing that I'm going to be doing right now with the knitting along. In fact, that's my only knit along thing that I'm participating in right now.
So I'm
other
doing
than
that.
Little Bobbins.
Yeah, I'm doing that and Little Bobbins knits. And okay, I don't know if it's just that I missed it on her episode, but I cannot find anywhere that says when they have to be done. Does anybody know that? I can't find when their socks need to be finished.
I don't think that they have to be finished. I think it was just that you had to cast on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I may have missed that if it was on an episode. I don't know. So if anyone knows that.
Or maybe they have to be done by end of January or something. Because they wouldn't be done by the end of December.
You wouldn't think. If they were supposed to be. I didn't finish mine, so I don't know.
Well, me either. I barely have a toe.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. So if anyone knows that, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure.
That would be good information too.
And then officially, in the Ohloops group, we are thinking about doing a sweater knit along.
Yes.
But we haven't figured out all of the details for that yet, or when it will start. So.
Because we're knitting all the sweaters.
Yeah.
We are being intentional.
We are.
Biting off more than we can chew.
But that's what we do.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, Mailbox Madness. This is the section that I've been most excited about because
me too.
I want to see what's in your basket. Like, I love what I have on my table over here, and I am super excited to show it off, but that bag, so that one.
This one?
That one I need in my hands because I love this dyer.
Yes, me too. So,
I have emailed her saying, are you sure you don't want to do a club just for me? Like, I will personally promise to buy whatever you send me each month.
That's fine.
And
she hasn't gone for it yet?
No clubs yet. But
well, before Christmas, I just had this need. Like, I just needed yarn. I just did. It just needed to be with me. So I went on and I was looking at Spun Right Round, and I found this skein, and this one is called Secret Handshake, and it's on her Superwash Sock 80/20, which is 80% Superwash Merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. And oh my goodness, you guys.
I need this.
Do you see this?
Twinsies, we need this.
I
need this. Take it.
So beautiful.
No, it is beyond beautiful. This is...
I need it. I have no idea what it's going to be.
I love her new tags.
I know.
I don't
do
have any of
too.
her yarn in the new tags.
But I love them.
All in the old tags. I don't know if you can have this back. I only have one Spun Right Round skein left in my stash.
Oh, really?
I only have one.
I have several. I've been hoarding them, clearly. And if you guys haven't been to her new, well, it's not new. If you haven't been to her website lately, she has a new, like, colorway collage thing that is really cool. So, I'm in love with it.
I'm serious about this thing, guys. Like, I need a skein every month to my... that I don't pick.
We'll just go
I should slow. Okay, this is what we need to do. I will just give you my credit card number. And on the first of the month, you just buy me a skein of yarn. That is how we might have to make.
Why wouldn't you just buy your own?
Because I like the surprise of not knowing what I'm getting.
I got it.
That's the thing.
I'm confused.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you see?
Funny. Yes, I see. I could do that. I'm okay with that.
I will just make my
And
own
if there's
stuff.
just extra charges on there, I have no idea what happened.
You're not held liable.
No, not at all. So that's my first.
Okay. This is going in Mailbox Madness because even though I didn't go buy it online and have it shipped to me, this is a purchase that I made for a future design. This is Madeline Tosh Twist Light, 75% Superwash Merino, 25% nylon, 420 yards. And this is the Dust Weaver colorway.
It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It's, oh gosh, you guys. It's got the peaches and the light, like it's a lavender and a light lilac kind of color and a khaki. Like
and gray.
Gray. Oh, jeez. It's like, I just need it in my life now. Like, I need to have something around my neck already in this.
You just unwind it and just
I know.
wear
I did it earlier. I
just wear it.
Around the store, I did to determine if I really wanted this colorway or a different one. This. Jeez.
That's funny.
In love
like
with it. In love with it.
The next one is actually 2 skeins of 3 Irish girls. The first is on their Springville sock, 100% superwash merino, 370 yards, and this is the Birds of a Feather colorway. I love this one too. And I don't know what this is going to be, but I love it.
Anything.
It needs to be paired, I think, with either like a really light purple or like a beautiful gold color.
Yeah.
So it'll probably
Like
end up
my
being
Gavin.
a shawl.
Like my.
Yes.
Do I have it right here?
Yeah.
That's like their gold color.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
It's my Serena cardigan.
That's right. Yeah.
I have one. I think I have just this one scheme.
Yeah. So I have that. And then I already know what this is going to be. So this is the Springville DK, 100% superwash merino, 270 yards. And this, I fell in love with Sarah's Guinness colorway, so I got that one as well. And this is going to be the DK version of the Cabaret hat by Joji.
Perfect.
Which I've already made one of those before, and I gave it to my niece for her birthday a couple years ago. Because I think it just needs to be a hat on my head.
I love Joji Locatelli's patterns.
Oh, me too.
Seriously, she's amazing.
I'm planning on knitting a shawl of hers with yarn
She's
that I
brilliant.
picked out. So I have that. And then my beautiful and amazing sweet dear swap partner sent me some very beautiful stuff that you guys need to see. First of which is this skein from Lorna's Laces. And this is the January 2014 Bated Breath colorway. And it is their honor base, which is 70% baby alpaca, 30% silk, and this is 275 yards. Soft, huh?
That's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. I think it's beautiful. And then she also sent me 3 Irish Girls. And this is, again, Springvale Sock, and it's a contrast heel toe. And this is the Stairway to Heaven colorway.
Love that.
Me too. So, I don't know what that's going to be either, but something fun.
Yeah.
And then she made me this ginormous Santa bag.
I love this bottom,
Yeah.
your base fabric.
Mm-hmm. And I laughed because I sent her a bag that had almost the exact same fabric as the little
That's
Santas.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
And then it has these really cute little trees on the inside.
Oh, it's cute. It's a perfect size bag too.
I know,
it's
isn't it?
really big.
It's perfect, yes. It'll be great for Christmas things. And then I had to ship. So she bought me this necklace that says she runs on coffee and grace.
Oh, I like that.
I love that. And this isn't even all the stuff she sent me, you guys. I got a Jack Skellington ornament.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't he great? I love it.
There you.
And then a present that truly brought me to tears. I had been talking for a long time that I wanted a journaling Bible, and she bought one for me. And it is the exact same one I've been looking at. And it's this beautiful, like, woven
I love
cover.
that one.
So it was very, very sweet of her to do that. So my dear Swappy, you know who you are. I adore all of my stuff. Thank you so very much. And I know you don't make these to sell them, but you should start because I have 2 bags now that you've made me.
Sarah would buy this, just so you know.
I have both of the bags that she sent me. So just thoughts.
It's very much for
just,
style.
Just thoughts for future reference. So that's all my
I love
mailboxy
it.
stuff. My shawl is still having issues.
I
It's not
have
staying on my
one.
face.
I have one more, and this was technically a Christmas present, but I'm using this as my mailbox madness because it did get shipped to my house. And it was so cute because when it came, my son was like, "There's a package for you, Mom, and Dad has it, and it's in a blue box." And Sean's like, "Shh." And of course, I'm thrown for a loop because I was like, what comes in a blue box?
What comes in a blue box?
I was super like, what did you buy me? I was super excited by this. So he bought me 2 of these. I have a silver one, and I have this minty green colored one.
I love that.
It's very retro. I feel like I need to always wear red lipstick when I'm drinking out of this. Because that is what it, and I should probably be wearing my black glasses and not my red ones. Anyways, it's from David's Tea. And this is the coolest thermos in the world. Okay, so first, this is the lid. Excuse me. And it's so cool because it has this little section that comes off so you can store more loose leaf tea in the lid
Cool.
if you're going on an outing. Okay, so there's that part. Then it has this mesh piece that steeps your tea. I love it.
Very cool. That's a cool present.
Mhm.
Like, my husband would like that.
I love it so very much. And if with every purchase, it's like with every $50 purchase, or maybe it's every purchase, they send you 3 little samples of their teas. And so the 3 samples that I got was like cold 911. I love it. If I had that tea when I was sick, I would be the happiest. It was like the perfect when you're sick tea. I got one that was like called Totally Nuts or something like that. And that was almond and had some other like apple and cinnamon, but the tea is pink.
Do you remember what your question was?
No. So you should ask your question first.
Okay, so my question was, if you were stranded on a deserted island for an entire year and could only knit one type of project, so like hat or shawl, what would it be?
Socks.
And do you have a specific sock that you would knit?
Just a vanilla sock.
Just a vanilla sock.
Just another vanilla sock pattern. Because it's memorized. I don't need anything. I can even almost eyeball it.
Nice.
So that would be my pattern. That would be my... That's a no-brainer for me.
I think for me, I would have to say shawls, because there's so many. You could never get bored. I could knit shawls for an entire year and not be bored.
Okay.
I think that'd be
That
good.
makes sense.
And if I could only knit one shawl for an entire year, it might have to be the one you're wearing, because it's kind of my new obsession.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Because I think it needs to be knit in all the things.
That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My question is, where is the strangest place that you have ever knit?
Strangest place I've ever knit.
That you have ever taken your knitting?
I don't know.
You don't know your strangest place?
Mm-mm. I
A
don't
porta
know.
potty.
Why?
Because my son had had an accident. And he was going to the bathroom and he needed me there to help, like, make sure that he didn't fall in because he was a little bit terrified. And we were in there for a really long time. And so I literally pulled out my sock out of my purse and waited for him to finish in the porta potty. That is the weirdest place I've ever knit.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. Yep.
I knit. I don't know that it's weird, but it was kind of cool. I was working on, what was I working on? What was I doing? I don't even remember. But on the bus, so when we went to Disney World last year, on the bus from the airport to our hotel, at like midnight, I was knitting on socks. I was knitting on socks. Surprise, surprise. And people
Knit
were
them
kind of
everywhere.
looking at me because I'm wearing my
On a
Mickey
bus?
ears. You can.
In a porta potty.
I was wearing my Mickey ears and our Disney World or Bust shirts with all of my kiddos knitting socks.
Love it. I think you can knit socks anywhere.
You can.
Yeah, clearly.
It's not really weird. I don't know that I've actually knit any place that I would consider weird.
I always knit in weird places. What does that say about me? The weird places that you find yourself.
Right? That's funny.
I knit in bars a lot. I guess
Restaurants.
that could be weird.
I do restaurants, but
Church.
no, I knit in church all the time.
My family is eating lunch in the kitchen right now, so we are going to
Say
sign
goodbye.
off. But we wanted to really quick before we do say thank you to returning viewers. Thank you to new viewers. Thank you, Diane, for giving us such a huge shout out on your
Yes,
last
thank you so
podcast.
much.
That was so sweet of you, and it totally warmed my heart. Thank you for those of you who are sharing our YouTube videos. We've noticed over the last couple episodes that you guys are sharing them, and that is so neat to see. So thank you for sharing them. Thank you for subscribing. It's been awesome.
It has. It's been a great year, and we're very excited
Yes.
for the new year because today is January 1st.
Today is, January 1st. You'll see this after that, but
You will.
yeah. So we're hoping to start 2016 off with a bang and a little more
Intentional knitting.
intentional knitting. Yeah.
So,
From our house to yours.
yeah.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.